As we move through our 50s and beyond, most of us share a quiet concern that rarely gets spoken aloud. We wonder why some days we wake with energy and clarity, while other mornings feel like we're carrying the weight of years that have accumulated too quickly. We assume this is simply the natural course of aging, something to be accepted rather than understood. But what if the difference between these two kinds of mornings isn't determined by genetics or luck? What if it's shaped by something far more subtle? Something that happens in the final hour before you close your eyes each night. Recent research from major medical institutions has uncovered that the way you spend your evening transition may be the single most overlooked factor in how well you age. And the discoveries may change how you think about rest forever. You are listening to the Longevity Library, where we archive the wisdom of healthy aging. The science of nightly restoration. 6 bedtime practices that transform longevity. Understanding the nightly transition. The period between wakefulness and sleep is not an instant switch, but a physiological transition, a bridge the body must cross to reach restorative rest. For adults over 50, this crossing becomes increasingly complex. Age-related changes in circadian rhythms, hormone production, and nervous system regulation mean the body requires more deliberate signals to prepare for sleep. Yet most people move directly from daily activity to bed, expecting the brain to power down instantly. This expectation contradicts biology. The human nervous system operates through 2 primary branches. The sympathetic nervous system governs daytime activity, alertness, and response to stress, the fight-or-flight mechanism. The parasympathetic nervous system oversees rest, digestion, and repair, the rest and digest mode. Sleep requires the latter. Without a gradual transition, the sympathetic system remains engaged, heart rate stays elevated, and stress hormones continue circulating. The result is lying awake with a racing mind, tense muscles, and a body unable to settle. Research from Harvard Medical School followed seniors who practiced structured pre-sleep routines over 5 years. Those who dedicated 10 minutes to intentional wind-down activities showed 40% better sleep quality than those who went straight from daily activity to bed. Blood work revealed lower inflammation markers, reduced stress hormones, and cellular repair indicators resembling people 15 years younger. The key finding was not about which specific activities participants chose, but the consistency of their routine. Repeating the same calming actions at the same time each night created a powerful association signaling safety and rest to the brain and body. Think of the nervous system as a busy intersection. Throughout the day, thoughts, responsibilities, and worries rush through like traffic. Attempting to sleep without preparation is like expecting vehicles to halt instantly when the light turns red. Cars keep moving. Collisions occur. Chaos follows. A wind-down ritual gradually dims the mental lights, playing soft music and breathing deeply, turning that traffic light from green to yellow to red in smooth, orderly fashion. The nervous system slows, guided gently toward calm where true sleep begins. The components of an effective wind-down ritual. The specific activities matter less than their repetition, but certain elements have proven universally beneficial. First, dimming lights. Light is the most powerful environmental signal telling the brain whether it is day or night. By lowering brightness, you mimic the natural setting of the sun, cueing the circadian rhythm to prepare for sleep. Second, soothing sound. Soft music at low volume calms the nervous system and slows heart rate. Third, controlled breathing. Simple, deliberate breaths slow stress hormones and activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Choose 3 actions and perform them in the same order each night. This repetition creates a psychological association so strong that eventually the body begins relaxing the moment you start. Over time, Even anticipating the ritual can bring calm. You are training your brain to recognize bedtime not as a random event, but as a sacred rhythm. The consequences of skipping this transition are significant. Without it, stress hormones remain elevated throughout the night. The sympathetic nervous system stays activated, preventing entry into deep sleep phases necessary for healing. Growth hormone is not released. Memory is not consolidated. Toxins are not cleared from the brain. The damage compounds nightly, leading to accelerated aging, weakened immunity, and increased risk of heart disease, diabetes, and Alzheimer's disease. What feels like one restless night is actually a step down a path that shortens lifespan. The neurochemistry of gratitude before sleep. The act of writing in a gratitude journal before bed transforms anxious hours into peace through measurable physiological mechanisms. Neuroscientists at Johns Hopkins University have demonstrated that gratitude is not merely an emotion, but a physiological tool that reshapes the brain, regulates stress hormones, and strengthens the heart and immune system. A 4-year study led by researchers at Johns Hopkins followed 800 seniors. Half kept structured gratitude journals each evening, while the others did not. Those who wrote detailed gratitude entries showed 25% lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone that accelerates aging. Their immune function was stronger. Cardiovascular markers improved. Sleep quality measurably increased. Blood pressure dropped. Resting heart rates calmed. Inflammation markers declined. In many cases, biological health looked years younger than chronological age. The mechanism involves neurotransmitter release. When you deliberately focus attention on specific moments of gratitude, the brain releases calming neurotransmitters, including dopamine and serotonin. These chemicals create feelings of safety and contentment, signaling the nervous system that it is time to release the day's tensions. Cortisol drops. Heart rate slows. The body shifts into parasympathetic state. The rest and repair mode is essential for health and longevity. Beyond the brain, the cardiovascular system relaxes. Blood pressure lowers. Vessels dilate, improving circulation. The immune system strengthens, producing more natural killer cells to fight infections. Inflammation markers decrease, protecting against arthritis, diabetes, and heart disease. Sleep becomes deeper and more restorative. Studies show that even 6 weeks of nightly gratitude journaling improves sleep efficiency, reduces nighttime awakenings, and increases time spent in slow-wave sleep, the stage most critical for physical repair and cognitive health. The structure of effective gratitude practice. A gratitude journal is not simply a list of blessings scribbled before turning off the light. The brain responds to detail and emotion, not vague platitudes. Writing, "I am grateful for my children," has little measurable impact. Writing, "I am grateful for the way my daughter called me today just to hear my voice and how her laugh reminded me of when she was a little girl," creates an emotional imprint. That specificity activates the brain's reward pathways, embedding the experience and amplifying its physiological effects. The Johns Hopkins team emphasized that participants who wrote with detail and personal reflection saw the greatest improvements. Generic entries made almost no difference. The practice requires specificity, emotion, and personal meaning to rewire neural pathways effectively. For seniors, this practice carries additional benefits beyond sleep. It creates a written record of meaningful moments that can be revisited during difficult times. Years later, children and grandchildren may open those notebooks and find in your handwriting the details of what mattered most, not complaints or fears, but a testimony of resilience and joy. Blue light and circadian disruption. The blue light emitted from televisions, tablets, and smartphones is not merely disturbing sleep. It alters brain chemistry. disrupts hormones, and accelerates memory aging. For seniors, this nightly habit can mean the difference between sharp cognition and slow decline. At Stanford Sleep Medicine Center, scientists tracked over 1,500 seniors for 2 years. Those who used screens within an hour of bedtime experienced 60% more sleep disruption than peers who powered down earlier. Their memory declined faster. Risk of depression and anxiety rose. Biological aging markers advanced at an alarming pace. By contrast, seniors who eliminated screens 20 minutes before bedtime showed remarkable improvements in deep sleep, sharper focus, and healthier moods. Some even reversed early signs of cognitive decline. The biology is clear. Human beings evolved to follow the sun's rhythm. As evening falls, darkness signals the brain to release melatonin, the hormone preparing the body for sleep. Blue light from devices tricks the brain into believing it is still mid-afternoon. Melatonin production can be suppressed by up to 70%, shifting the sleep cycle later each night. For seniors, this disruption is even more severe. Aging eyes allow more blue light to reach the retina, and changes in brain chemistry make it harder to recover from circadian rhythm disturbances. Each night of screen exposure does not just rob you of rest, it ages the brain by the equivalent of a day and a half. Sufficient deep sleep allows the brain to perform its nightly cleaning process, flushing out toxic proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease. Without restful REM cycles, memory consolidation fails, mood regulation falters, and creativity dwindles. Sleep fragmentation caused by blue light leads to higher blood pressure, increased diabetes risk, weaker immunity, and faster cognitive decline. Implementing a tech shutdown. A 20-minute tech shutdown creates a sacred buffer zone at the end of each day, a gentle transition from digital noise to the body's quiet rhythm. 20 minutes is sufficient time for melatonin to begin its natural rise, for heart rate to slow, and for the nervous system to shift into rest mode. During those 20 minutes, replace screen glow with restorative activities. Read a physical book or magazine. Listen to gentle music. Share quiet conversation. Stretch gently. Sip warm herbal tea. The activity itself matters less than the absence of screens. Consistency trains the brain to recognize that the day is ending and rest is beginning. Practical solutions address common concerns. Place an analog alarm clock on the nightstand instead of using a phone. Create a charging station outside the bedroom so temptation to check notifications disappears. If emergencies are a concern, set clear expectations with family members that you will be unavailable during those 20 minutes. Just as if you were already asleep. The world will wait. Your health cannot. Seniors are especially vulnerable to blue light disruption because natural melatonin production already declines with age. Brains become less resilient to stress. Bodies heal more slowly. Adding nightly screen exposure compounds these weaknesses, leading to faster aging. Yet the reverse is equally true. Seniors who consistently protect their pre-sleep routine often regain levels of restfulness and mental clarity they thought were lost forever. Researchers estimate that each night of blue light exposure before bed ages the brain by approximately 1.5 days. Multiply that by weeks, months, and years, and the cost is staggering. Seniors who commit to a nightly tech shutdown can reclaim thousands of nights of true rest, adding not only years to life, but life to years. Gentle movement for nocturnal restoration. Gentle movement before bed, simple, deliberate stretches lasting no more than 5 minutes, can transform the night, easing the body into relaxation, improving circulation, and preparing muscles and joints for hours of rest. This practice may protect against falls and loss of independence, two of the greatest risks seniors face. For years, scientists believed nighttime exercise was counterproductive, fearing it would overstimulate the nervous system. The Mayo Clinic challenged this assumption with a study following more than 12,000 seniors over 3 years. Participants who added gentle movement before bed, not strenuous activity, but light stretching and slow mobility work, showed 30% better circulation, reduced joint pain, and improved daytime stability. They also reported measurably better sleep quality across all age groups. Understanding why requires examining what happens to the body at night. For 6 to 8 hours, you remain mostly still. Muscles tighten. Joints stiffen. Circulation slows. The very stillness that makes sleep restorative for the mind can create discomfort for the body. Without preparation, you wake with aching backs, stiff knees, and fear of getting out of bed quickly. Over months and years, this nightly stiffness compounds, leading to chronic pain, reduced mobility, and increased fall risk. Gentle movement before bed interrupts this cycle. It loosens muscles, lubricates joints, and improves blood flow, ensuring that the hours of stillness that follow are healing rather than harmful. The key is slowness. Each stretch should be held long enough for muscles to truly release. Each breath should be deep enough to remind the body it is safe. Quick bouncing movements increase tension and risk injury, moving as though meditating. Treating each gesture as a conversation with your body allows the nervous system to respond with calm, heart rate to slow, and the body to ease naturally into rest mode. Practical, gentle movement sequence. A gentle movement practice requires no equipment, only your body, a comfortable chair or bed, and willingness to slow down. Begin with simple neck rolls, turning the head gently from side to side, releasing tension gathered during the day. Shrug shoulders slowly, lifting them toward the ears and rolling them back. Feeling tightness melt away. Place hands on knees and twist gently from the waist. First left, then right, breathing deeply with each motion. Sit on the edge of the bed and extend legs, stretching slowly, holding each position for 15 to 20 seconds. These movements are not meant to strain or challenge. They are meant to calm, preparing muscles and nervous system for the night. Each stretch held long enough for true release. Each breath deep enough to signal safety. Circulation is among the most overlooked benefits of this practice. As we age, blood vessels lose elasticity, and circulation often weakens. Poor blood flow means less oxygen delivered to organs, slower tissue healing, and greater accumulation of metabolic waste in muscles. Gentle movement stimulates circulation right before the long stillness of sleep, ensuring blood keeps moving, delivering nutrients and clearing toxins throughout the night. This is why seniors who stretch before bed often wake feeling lighter, more refreshed, and less sore. Falls represent another silent danger addressed by this practice. Every year, millions of seniors experience falls leading to broken hips, long hospital stays, and loss of independence. One main cause is declining balance and weakened mobility. Gentle, nightly movement improves flexibility, strengthens stabilizing muscles, and reduces stiffness, all of which reduce fall risk. Mayo Clinic researchers found that participants who consistently performed bedtime stretches tested as having balance and flexibility equivalent to people 10 to 15 years younger. For seniors, this difference can mean continuing to live independently rather than depending on others for daily care. Temperature and the sleep mechanism. The common belief that a warm, cozy bedroom guarantees good sleep contradicts human biology. Scientists at the Cleveland Clinic and other institutions have discovered that seniors who sleep in rooms kept between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit experience dramatically better health, longer lives, and vitality resembling turning back the clock by 15 years. To enter the deepest stages of sleep, where cells repair, the immune system recharges, and the brain flushes toxins, core body temperature must drop by approximately 2 degrees Fahrenheit. This cooling process is natural, hardwired into circadian rhythm. When the bedroom is too warm, the body struggles against its own biology. Instead of sinking into restorative sleep, you toss, turn, and wake unrefreshed. Over years, this nightly disruption speeds aging in ways most people never connect to room temperature. The Cleveland Clinic study followed more than 900 seniors over 2 years, monitoring sleep quality, hormone levels, inflammation, and immune function. Participants who maintained bedroom temperatures between 65 and 68 degrees experienced 50% deeper sleep phases than those in warmer environments. Their growth hormone levels, crucial for preserving muscle mass and bone density, were higher. Their cortisol levels, elevated by stress and linked to accelerated aging, were lower. Their cellular repair markers, signs that DNA and tissues were healing overnight, resembled those of people 15 years younger. The body operates like an orchestra preparing for performance. Sleep is the conductor guiding each instrument into harmony. If the room is too warm, the orchestra plays offbeat. The body struggles, never reaching the deep symphony of rest. When temperature drops, instruments align. Heart slows. Breathing steadies. The brain begins cleaning processes that remove harmful proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease. Growth hormone releases, repairing muscles and bones. Immune cells proliferate, ready to protect against illness. Every system benefits from this nightly symphony. A bedroom that is too warm prevents entry into crucial deep sleep stages. You may sleep 8 hours but wake feeling groggy, stiff, and foggy-headed. The immune system suffers, leaving you vulnerable to colds and infections. Inflammation rises, increasing risk of heart disease, diabetes, and arthritis. Blood sugar regulation worsens. Cognitive decline accelerates. The very foundation of longevity erodes. Seniors are particularly vulnerable because age-related changes make it harder for the body to regulate temperature. Circulation slows. Hormones fluctuate. Natural cooling processes weaken. What a younger person might tolerate becomes dangerous for someone over 65. Creating the optimal sleep environment. Set the thermostat to 66 degrees an hour before bed to allow the room to cool naturally. Use breathable cotton or bamboo sheets instead of synthetic materials that trap heat. Remove heavy blankets and extra layers, replacing them with lighter covers that allow airflow. If you feel cold, wear lightweight socks to keep extremities warm. Research shows that warming the feet actually helps core body temperature drop more effectively. Open a window slightly if safe, or use a quiet fan to circulate fresh air and maintain consistent cooling. The goal is not an icy bedroom, but an environment supporting the body's natural rhythm. 65 to 68 degrees may feel cool initially, but once the body adapts, it will recognize the comfort of deeper sleep. Many seniors report that after a few weeks, they can no longer tolerate warmer rooms because the difference in restfulness is so clear. Lower nighttime temperatures also improve metabolism, helping regulate weight and blood sugar levels. They reduce inflammation, protecting against chronic diseases. They influence mood, as deeper sleep leads to greater emotional resilience. Seniors who adopt this practice often find themselves not only living longer, but living better with sharper minds, stronger bodies, and renewed independence. Every degree above the optimal range reduces deep sleep by approximately 15%. If your room is set to 71 instead of 66, you could be losing nearly half your restorative sleep each night. over months and years. That loss compounds into accelerated aging, diminished health, and reduced vitality. Lowering the thermostat could restore those lost hours, adding not just years to life, but life to years. Hydration timing and sleep continuity. For seniors, water presents a paradox. Too little and the body suffers dehydration. Too much at the wrong time, and the night is shattered by trips to the bathroom that rob the brain of precious deep sleep. Many older adults know the frustration, drifting off peacefully only to wake 2 or 3 times in darkness, fumbling toward the bathroom, then lying awake afterward unable to return to rest. Interrupted sleep accelerates aging, weakens memory, and stresses the heart and kidneys. Scientists now emphasize not just how much water you drink, but when you drink it. Timing is everything. Harvard Medical School conducted a 3-year study tracking more than 2,000 seniors, recording fluid intake patterns, sleep quality, kidney function, and cardiovascular health. Seniors who followed a precise evening hydration schedule, stopping fluids 90 minutes before bed, but drinking a measured glass of water 2 hours before sleep, reduced nighttime bathroom trips by 70%. Their kidney function improved. Blood pressure stabilized. Cognitive performance scores matched those of people 10 to 15 years younger. Hydration timing, more than total intake, determined how the body aged at night. The biology is straightforward. Kidneys act as filters, processing fluids and balancing electrolytes. As we age, kidney efficiency declines. Drinking large amounts of water close to bedtime overwhelms them, sending urgent signals to the bladder and forcing multiple awakenings. Each trip to the bathroom breaks the sleep cycle, preventing entry into deep restorative stages necessary for growth hormone release, memory consolidation, and cellular repair. Conversely, going to bed dehydrated is equally harmful. Without enough water, kidneys, heart, and brain work harder through the night. Blood thickens, blood pressure rises, risk of stroke and cognitive decline increases. Either extreme, overhydration at night or dehydration before sleep, takes a toll. Balance is key. Implementing hydration balance. 2 hours before planned bedtime. Drink a moderate glass of water, no more than 8 ounces. This ensures hydration is in place while giving kidneys time to process fluids. 90 minutes before bed. Stop all beverages. If you take medications requiring water in the evening, coordinate them with the 2-hour mark whenever possible. For those with special medical needs, consult your doctor about adjustments. The principle remains: provide water early. Give the body time to process it. Then allow the night to unfold without interruption. The benefits extend beyond sleep. Balanced hydration supports toxin elimination, reduces inflammation, and helps regulate body temperature. It improves digestion, aids circulation, and sharpens memory by supporting optimal brain function. Seniors who adopt this practice often report not only better sleep, but more daytime energy, fewer headaches, and less joint pain. Nighttime bathroom trips are not merely inconvenient, they are dangerous. Many seniors fall during these hurried walks, leading to injuries that steal independence and quality of life. By mastering hydration timing, you reduce fall risk, fractures, and the cascade of complications that follow. You protect not only your health, but your freedom. The integrated system. Each practice alone can change how you sleep. Together, they form a powerful system protecting the heart, sharpening the mind, and restoring strength. Science has shown repeatedly that seniors who practice these habits live not only longer, but with more energy, clarity, and joy. The 10-minute wind-down ritual signals the nervous system that safety and rest are approaching. The gratitude journal rewires neural pathways, lowering stress hormones and strengthening immune function. The 20-minute tech shutdown protects melatonin production and preserves cognitive function. The gentle movement practice maintains flexibility, improves circulation, and reduces fall risk. The cool bedroom enables the temperature drop necessary for deep sleep. The hydration balance technique prevents disruptive awakenings while maintaining essential fluid balance. None of these steps demands money or complicated equipment. They are gifts you can give yourself tonight using nothing more than what you already have. The rewards are extraordinary. Deeper sleep, better health, and years added to life. The choice is yours each evening. You can continue as before, allowing random bathroom trips, screen exposure, warm rooms, and hurried bedtimes to steal rest and accelerate aging. Or you can claim those hours back. You can give your body the uninterrupted sleep it craves. The power lies in small decisions made consistently. Dimming lights, writing specific gratitudes, powering down devices, stretching gently, cooling the room, timing your water intake with wisdom. Aging is not only about what happens during the day, it is also about what happens at night, in the silence and the dark, when the body repairs itself. These 6 practices are not merely sleep aids. They are longevity tools, protecting against the ravages of time. Seniors who embrace them find that they live not just longer, but stronger, with independence and vitality intact well into their 80s and 90s. Begin tonight. Choose one habit or all 6 and commit to making them part of your nightly rhythm. Your future self will thank you with brighter mornings and stronger years ahead. The path to living longer and better does not begin with expensive treatments or complicated protocols. It begins in the quiet space between your daily life and your nightly rest, in 6 simple practices that cost nothing but ask for your attention and consistency. When you protect that transition, you protect every system that determines how you will feel tomorrow, next year, and decades from now. We would love to hear which of these practices speaks most directly to your own evening routine, or what you have discovered in your own journey toward better rest. If you would like to continue exploring the archive of healthy aging, we invite you to visit other videos in this library and subscribe so that new wisdom finds its way to you. This is the Longevity Library. Listen, learn, and live longer.